Before I start this, not everything is wrong with NHL 17's Draft Champions mode. The themes before the draft add a cool twist to the game that I really think could be a special thing if there are a ton of different themes to where they don't need to get repetitive. Being able to sample great players before getting them in HUD is always a positive thing, and as you'll see on the screen, I get a ton of good players to try on this draft. With these positives comes way too many negatives. Let's get into the real big problem with Draft Champions. First things first, Draft Champions is made to be a competitive mode, not a casual mode. It's made to be where good players draft great teams to battle it out for 60 minutes or more to see who comes out victorious. Draft Champions in NHL 17 is essentially a mode where you get rewarded per win, and winning a series against other players doesn't matter in the slightest. There's no reason to grind hard to win 4 straight to get a crazy good reward. That could give you something special because if you win a game, you get a collectible. If you win 4, you get 4 collectibles. No more, no less. These rewards are the same when you win 4 straight online or offline, basically saying they don't care if you beat good players online or bummy offline teams on a set difficulty, you get the same reward. Not only is the reward for winning 4 straight the same as winning 4 individual games with losses in between, when you look at the amount of collectibles it takes to unlock these rewards, you're bound to get let down. Let's do some quick math here. You spend about 25 minutes drafting a team and playing a game. You get 92 Malholtra, who is currently in the Draft Champions reward set. You'd have to win 100 games of Draft Champions. That's 2,500 minutes, which is approximately 42 hours worth of games. For someone who may not work or anything, that's really nothing. For people who live real daily lives, 42 hours to get one player is a ton of time, probably weeks of just grinding nothing but Draft Champs games. For a guy whose attributes will likely be left behind as the NHL season starts and upgrades come, that seems like a whole lot of time for a rental player. The time is less of an issue though. The real issue is that these players that you spent almost 2 days of game time if you won 100 games straight to get are untradeable. Simply, they're worth nothing in terms of coin value. For people who spend hundreds on the game and have a great lineup and can afford to grind for one player that'll be in the lineup for the rest of the year, great. For those of us who don't spend money on the game, it's simply ridiculous. In Madden, if you were to trade in 100 draft collectibles, you'd be able to get 90 Drew Brees or 87 Jonathan Stewart, both of whom have the ability to be traded and auctioned and have significant coin value due to being able to be put on the market. The beauty of Draft Champions on both FIFA and Madden is that if you're a talented player and you play the mode, you have the chance to make a ton more coins than you would have playing regular season games. If you're on NHL, you are literally guaranteed to make less coins than you would have when you played seasoned games. On Madden, if you win Draft Champions, you get 8 collectibles over the 6 games, as well as a Pro Pack and a Quick Sell that could provide you with a good amount of coins. On NHL, you get a collectible per win that adds up to untradeable players in the long run. Playing Draft Champions provides you with literally 0 coin value unless you trade in your collectibles towards packs, which we all know are generally garbage. You make legitimate progress by playing HUT games to bettering your team as a whole, whereas in Draft Champions the rewards are made to where you either build towards one player, or waste your time when you could be actually bettering your ultimate team as a whole. I played one game in HUT and a game I won 3-2. That game provided me with more coins in one game than what I would have made in 100 Draft Champions games. You can throw your collectibles away for a small chance to get 10k coins, or you can play HUT and make 5 or 10k more than that based off of division bonuses alone. One reason I was told was that there would be an issue with IP booters booting people offline to win games and get coins. Sounds pretty ridiculous to you as it does to me, right? Now, I'm one who wants to build teams with the best players and have fun in Ultimate Team as I rise up to win Division 1 like anyone else wants to do. More than that, I want to be able to play a complete mode like Madden's Ultimate Team mode, which is miles ahead of NHL. NHL basically took the idea of Draft Champions and took away the skill-based part of the mode to make it a mode that lets you play with the great players in the league for a few games because you won't be able to afford them if you play a lot of Draft Champions. No player-friendly Draft Champions was understandable, but these are a few things I just can't sit around with. If Draft Champions remains how it is right now for the rest of the year with the very few things added to the game, it'll be a game mode that is widely considered as a failed attempt at revitalizing the dying NHL community. The thing is, the fix for this is so simple. All they need to do is make the Draft Champions rewards tradable and add in a ranked mode in which you pay 5k coins to enter in. If you win, you get 5 or 6 collectibles, your coins back, and then maybe a gold pack as a reward for beating the draft. Basically, to sum it up, NHL provides you with a much smaller reward than any other game when playing Draft Champions, and trading in the 50 or 100 collectibles towards a player provides you with an untradeable player who has legitimately 0 value on the market. That's obviously not right, as if you play the game for hours and hours, you deserve to be rewarded with a guaranteed amount of coins rather than trading in for a player who might not play well for you. Thanks for watching my video. This has been Donnie as usual. Subscribe if you want to hear me rant more, like the video, and tweet it at EA if you want them to improve Draft Champions like I do. Thanks for watching.
Draft day, Johnny Manziel. 5 years later, how am I the man still?